Good afternoon. It is Saturday, May 25th, 2024 at about 12 p.m. in the afternoon. I am at Woodward Park. We're going to walk around and I'm going to discuss something that happened to me last night and also show you what happened with some equipment that I use. Hopefully it will help someone else that also has a nephrostomy or nephrostomies. So yeah, if I can't find a quiet spot here, I will pause the video and I'll do it at home, but hopefully we can find a quieter spot here where the lighting is better, because I still have not gotten all my video camera setup equipment yet. Okay, let me flip the camera around and we'll get started. I'm just angling up the camera a little bit. Just make sure the angle's right. Okay, let me flip over to the other lane. I'm not sure with it being a holiday weekend if it will be quieter or not. So I'm kind of hoping, but I'm not sure because it is a park. So we'll see what happens. I want to kind of get away from the road a little bit. I have done this part of Woodward Park before. So, yeah. I hope everyone has a great Memorial Day weekend, a long weekend here in the United States. If you're doing any traveling, please be safe out there, driving, or if you're with anyone that's driving. Yeah, I went to a game yesterday. It's a single A team. We're not even a triple A team, farm team for the MLB, or for the MLB. But I went and I was hoping to record that, but the announcer is so muffled. And I was just thinking, I'll be better. This was the third time I've gone this year. And I just didn't feel, with him being so muffled, I wasn't going to be able to explain to you guys what was going on. So I just didn't think it was going to be a good video. I just, because my friend and I were not near the baseball field, so yeah, I changed my mind on that. I just thought you guys would not get enough out of it, and I won't be able to explain if someone scored, or so yeah, I canceled that idea. And then when the incident happened, I'm like, this will be a great video. Hopefully, if I title it properly, it should get some attention. If people have this problem or have a nephrostomy. Whoa, that was a new bump. Sorry about that. I kind of got jostled, which I wasn't expecting. So I'm really hoping this does get out, just for a educational, informative video. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of hoping with this one. And also some nice park scenery. It looks like they just mowed. Well, kind of looks like it, but kind of doesn't. There's a lot of debris on the sidewalk, or on the bike trail here. But it was kind of windy last night, so maybe that's why it's here. Doesn't seem too busy right now. I'm trying to get away from all the noise though. I was thinking, and you know what? I am thinking, let me flip around and let's go over by the pond. Maybe that might be a good area. I don't know if it will be busy. If it is busy, we'll figure out something else, but not too far away from that. So let's go over there. I just feel like I'm competing with the traffic, and that's what I was trying not to do. So it is pretty quiet over there. So let's see if it's busy over there. If it is, we'll do a different plan. So, but let me flip over by the pond area here. You can hear it off to my right. Well, I could hear it. I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but I was able to hear it. Hang on one second. I gotta lower the mic because I keep hitting it with my chin. There we go. That's better. Okay. And I don't know if that was coming across when my chin was rubbing against it. Against the wind muff. So. It's a beautiful day today. It's not hot at all. There's a nice breeze. It's going to be a high of 82. They're saying the feel-like temperature will be about 79. So absolutely gorgeous. We have been getting pretty hot already, which isn't totally it's not totally unpredictable. It just seems like it is a little bit hotter than usual. But sometimes in the later part of May it does get that warm. So yeah, today I'm just enjoying it. So I thought I'd come out to the park and just spend a little bit more time outside while it's cooler. It doesn't bother me to be out in the heat usually, unless it's a little more humid, but like I stated in the last couple of my videos, it's going to be really difficult to film being outside with the heat being so prevalent. So that's why I went ahead and ordered other filming equipment, lighting and tripod and stuff like that. So I have the light lamp or light ring that came in yesterday. I'm just still waiting on the tripod to come in, so hopefully that will be here this week or next week, because we're still on the last day of the week. So hopefully next week after Monday I'll be in, and we can make better content at the house in my room. Okay, we are almost at the pond area. I gotta go on this part here, which is a little bit more uneven, cross the road and go in the parking lot a little bit, and then we'll be there. About another 5 to 10 minutes. About 5 minutes, I would say. Never really timed it, but thought it would be pretty busy over here, but it doesn't seem to be many people here, so that's why I didn't start off going this way. It's like, nah, I'm second guessing myself, hopefully thinking that it'll be quiet enough that I can do this part of the video. Wow. It's gotten pretty bumpy. I don't remember it being this bumpy the last time I was here. We are at the beginning parts of the, you know what, I'm going to just stay right here. Actually, it's really, really quiet. And I'm going to see if I can get over this, which I think I can. Yep, can. Alright, we're going to stay right here, guys. In the beginning part of the ponds. So I don't have to go all in the parking lot and stuff. I'm just trying to get a better view for you guys. And I'm going to flip the camera around once or twice as well, but I'll give you a pretty good view this way. Okay. I am going to stop here. You guys should have a pretty good view. Alright, let me start off by giving a little bit of a back history. And then I'll go on with what I was going to say. I have had a nephrostomy tubes twice now. And in case anyone doesn't know what nephrostomy tubes are, it is tubes that are surgically placed right through, it goes through the back of your back, and then it goes directly into the kidneys. And then that tube connects to a bag, which I will show you the bag. That's why I wanted some privacy. Not total seclusion, but some privacy. And what the nephrostomy tubes are used for is if there is urine that is accumulating around the kidney that cannot drain, or fluid that's around the kidney that will not drain. Usually it's urine. And one of the main reasons that causes that is kidney stones. I had my first nephrostomy tube put in about 4 to 5 years ago. And it was just on the right side. And if the tube's not positioned right, it will cause a lot of pain in the kidney area in your back. which when it does get really painful for me, I can feel it. So the tube that is in your back connected, that goes directly to the kidney, does have it. For me anyway, it depends a lot on positioning, on how to make sure that I don't get all that pressure on my kidneys. I'm not sure why, but that's just the way it is for me. I'm from what I've heard, other people have said the same thing, so I think it's with everybody that has nephrostomy tubes put in, or one on one or the other side. So I never had any problems with the bag that connected the nephrostomy tube for drainage. Basically what it is it's a leg bag, but it has a tube that's connected to it, like I'll show you in a minute, and that connects to the nephrostomy tube. And with that instance, 4 or 5 years ago, I did have kidney stones. So once the kidney stones were removed, I was able to get that nephrostomy tube out on my right side. Last August, I got really sick, and I ended up in the hospital, and I knew that I was starting to get kidney stones again, because we could see some stones coming out of my urostomy bag. So I was trying to set up an appointment with the one doctor that deals with urostomies here in town. Mind you, we are over 500,000 in population, but there's only one doctor that will do stuff that deals with the urostomy. Totally ridiculous, but that's a whole nother story. So I ended up in the hospital. Going back to the story, I ended up in the hospital last August, and they told me that I was going to be admitted, which I knew, because when I get a real bad kidney infection, that's what happens, and it was pretty bad. And they told me that I had to have emergency surgery, and I had to have nephrostomy tubes put in on both sides this time, and it was very life-threatening, and so on and so forth. But after that, they put in the nephrostomy tubes 3 days later, because then they were like going back and forth with my urologist. Oh, it's not that important. It is important, blah, blah, blah. And, I finally said, hey, I am really uncomfortable. We've got to do something. Put in the nephrostomy tubes. I just, I had enough. I was tired of hurting, and so they put in the nephrostomy tubes, and they let me go the next day. My sister was not in town. They were on vacation that time, during this whole time, which was okay. It would have helped if she was here, for advocating purposes, because they typically, even though I am very competent, I know myself, they look at the disability and they're like, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about, or I've got to talk to someone else. I can't talk to her directly because she doesn't know anything. And that's the mentality that the able-bodied population has for disabled people, pretty much, which is pretty sad. The stigmatism hasn't changed much. It's being worked on, but it's not anywhere near where it should be. It's gotten better from the 70s and 80s, but it's still pretty bad. So all of that, they thought I had kidney stones again on both sides. I was dealing with this. Now we're in May, the end of May. And I just found out a month ago that I have, from my urostomy surgery that I had in 2002, basically what they did is they reconstructed my bladder. They took out my bladder and they rerouted everything to come out into a stoma on my belly, that I put a bag over and urine drains that way. It's basically like a colostomy, but it's for the urine. And it's called urostomy or a ileoconduit. So I'm just kind of giving you some back history so you understand a little bit if you've never dealt with anything like this. So like I said, about a month and a half ago, I found out that I do have kidney stones, but that's not what's obstructing the fluid building up in my kidneys. What has happened is that both of my ureters, especially on my left side, has completely closed. So there's no drainage going from my ureters to my urostomy on my left side. And on my right side, it's 85% blocked. So again, it's going out a little bit, but not much. So that's why I was getting all of the fluid or urine around my kidney areas, needing to put in the nephrostomies. I'm sorry. For the past 9 months, I have had nothing but problems with the bags. And this is the part I wanted to get to, but I felt it was important to explain what the process was and all that. So the bags that connect to the nephrostomy, the connector, I don't know, for those of you that use leg bags for a catheter, will kind of understand more, but I will try to explain it as best as I can and show you. The connectors either leak or, in this case, it completely came off. And I was not at home yesterday when this happened. I panicked. I had just gotten to the game and I'm like, oh my gosh, I went to empty it because it was getting full and the whole connector came off on me. I was flipping out. I have never seen this. This should not happen. They should not leak from the valve either. And though I'm only getting like 3 weeks out of them. And insurances will only give you 2 a month. That's it. So I've been paying out of pocket to make sure I have extra bags. So let me flip the camera around and I will show you what I am talking about, or try to show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Actually, I'm going to take you off the stand, the mount as well. My chest mount. So I can show you better. Okay. Here is the hole. Here is the... I'm not sure if I'm getting... Okay, yeah. Here is the connector that goes in. Here's the connector that goes in from the nephrostomy to the bag. Okay, it has this tube. Okay, and then hang on a second. It's a 600 millimeter bag. Ignore that it's black. I have it taped so littles will not poke it. Okay. And then here is, I am sorry. Okay, here is the connector that you twist. Okay, see where this tape is? And I'm going to try and take off the tape here in a second. But this whole thing came off, and I'll show you what I was talking about. So let me mount you, or just put you in my chest mount for a second, so I can kind of show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to take off this tape. But I wanted to show you with the tape on what we had to do. So I got a friend of mine was with me. It wasn't my sister, and a friend of both of ours was with me. And I said, I need you to go. I showed her what happened, and she's like, what? I said, I need you to go and see if you can find anyone with that, because with that type of thing they have EMS there. So I need you to go and ask for EMS to come to the restroom and help me out. So what they also did is we also put medical tape on it first. And then that's what I was going to leave it as, and I'm like, no, that's not going to work because it's going to leak through. Medical tape, paper tape's not waterproof. And it's real wet underneath it. I'm like, oh, let me tear off or try to take off a piece of the duct tape. And I'm like, so glad I did, because this is not, see, it already came off. So I'm so glad I did that. And I'll show you here what I'm talking about. Just stick that there. Let me take you off the mount again, if I can, without turning anything off or anything like that. This whole connector came off. This white part came off of the bag. Okay? And you can't screw it back on. You can't put it back on. It looks like it's just, I don't know, kind of looks like it's glued in there. Like I said, I have never had such a hard time with bags the first time around. And the first time around, I didn't have the nephrostomy tubes that long. Maybe about 3-4 months, 5 months max. But I have never, ever seen this happen. Okay? And all the times, and the connectors, and this is why I'm including this, the connectors for leg bags are the same way, that twist valve that came off. Let me flip you around. I have never seen this happen. I have never heard it happening. I never even heard with the leg bags that the connectors leak. So, I'm always good about, I'm gonna let this person pass me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you.
I'm always, and I'm stuck. Hang on a minute. I gotta kind of jolt myself. There we go. I'm always good about carrying supplies. Like for, say, my urostomy comes loose or it starts leaking or something like that. Because that's just kind of, I don't know if you guys know, but that is just basically like, it's like a glue type material that sticks to your skin. If you look it up, you'll see what I'm talking about, or maybe in another video I'll kind of show you what it is, how the process is for that, how I put those on. So I always have those supplies with me, but I never imagined that I would need to carry nephrostomy bags with me. But guaranteed, I have them with me right now. I definitely have one with me. And thankfully I'm able to walk someone through how to do it. It's not difficult, so I can walk someone through how to take care of it. But, I mean, we're paying all this money, or our insurance is paying all this money. These bags should not be this cheap. They should last a month. That's what they're supposed to last. And I'm sometimes getting a week out of them, 2 weeks, and I'm not rough on my equipment. Let me stress that. I am not rough on my medical stuff, okay? I do the tape as a preventative because littles does jump on me. They're right there on my leg. So I do take that precaution so it doesn't ruin the bag. I do the tape right before we replace the bags. Yes, it looks ghetto, but I'm guaranteed that, well, I'm not guaranteed, but I'm 80% guaranteed that his claws won't go through the tape. And that's why it hasn't. I've always, if I've had to change the bag out before a month or before it looks absolutely disgusting, it's because of the connector leaking. Never has it come off until yesterday. So on Tuesday, I'm gonna call somebody, maybe my medical provider, and say, hey, listen, we've tried 3 different brands of bags. And let me also emphasize this. It's not just this brand of bag. There's many brands, and all of them are doing the same thing. They've got to look at this better for quality assurance. So, yeah, I apologize if this is a long video. And I am going to try to come up with a really good title so people will be aware that use nephrostomy bags especially, but if it is a potential, and I think it is a potential that it will happen to leg bag users, just that if you haven't come across it, that you will be aware of what's going on. So I'm not sure what my community is, if it's able-bodied or disabled. Some disabled watchers watching. I don't have a whole lot of community yet, but if you know of anyone that is in this type of predicament, please let them be aware of the potentials, and to always carry supplies with you, just so you're not happening to leave right away. Or like in my instance yesterday, I had paratransit scheduled, and I can't let it, even if I went back home on the city bus, I couldn't have it leaking all over the place. That's just, you just can't do that. So make sure that you always have supplies with you, even if you think it's not gonna break. That's the biggest thing I learned on this one, is that if you don't even expect it, that it shouldn't break down, always have medical supplies on you of any kind, because anything can happen, as you saw there. Let me get across the street and I will conclude the video across the street. I apologize also if this was not an interesting video for some. I get that. That's why I kind of wanted to do some scenery with it. But I did think that something like this would be a good educational video for disabled people that use the equipment. So that's why I did it. So hopefully I don't bore any of my other viewers. Alright. Let me get up the street a little bit and then I'll flip it around and we'll conclude the video. So I'm not in the way. Here we go. Okay, I thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Also, if you would please subscribe to the channel if you are interested in outdoor videos, indoor videos, like cooking, things that I do to improve my life with a disability and travel with a disability. Please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to be notified of the next video that I post, please hit the notification bell, and when I do post my next video, you will be notified. I thank you for watching. Have a great weekend. Here in the United States, it's Memorial Weekend. Memorial Day is on Monday. So for those that are here in the States, please be safe and enjoy the long weekend. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.